this video, we are going to talk about 10 tips to make more money face painting that other face painters won't tell you, because these are all things that we tried and tested the hard way. This video will be a little bit longer than our normal videos, but each one of these tips are crucial. So make sure to stay tuned and don't miss a single tip. Let's get started. The first tip to making more money, and the most obvious, is having a tip jar. The majority of our income comes from festivals and corporate events. And when it comes to events like these, having a tip jar is essential. Because when a client loves your work, they'll tip you. Now, we have tried all the tip jars, from our paint bucket, to glass jars, to cups, and cute sayings, and fancy jars, but nothing has made us the most tips as this guy. This tip jar is interactive, fun, and colorful, and let me show you why. Here is a handy dandy dollar. It's a real one too. And you just put it in, and look. So many times I have heard kids say, Mommy, I want a tipper, I want a tipper, because it's so interactive, it's fun, and when the first kid sees it, everyone wants to put money in it. Of course, sometimes it can be a little bit distracting for kids and they play with it. However, it has nearly tripled our tips. This tip jar is motion censored, you can tell it from right here. And the nice thing about this jar is in the back, you can actually adjust the volume. And of course, change the batteries. So it's nice for like kind of the more quiet events. It doesn't have to be so loud, but maybe at a festival or at a super loud event, you can put it all the way so that when people in line can hear this beautiful noise. I love this noise. This jar is durable plastic. It's pretty sturdy, and it has lasted us a good amount of time with no breaks, no cracks, no scratches. And it's also pretty light to carry. Yeah, it's kind of big and bulky, but like I said, it has nearly tripled our tips, so it's worth everything. I will be putting the name and the link in the description below, so if you guys want to purchase it, it's worth every single penny. Tip number 2, frequent a location. If you're just starting out or not liking the business that you're receiving, frequent a location. This can be a farmer's market, an ice cream shop, or a park, but not a national park. People will begin to feel familiar with you, see your work, and have an idea of who you are. This will accumulate clients, and they will book you. When we first opened our business, we started out at a farmer's market, and through being there every single Sunday, we were beginning to accumulate a lot of clients, a lot of loyal clients that ended up booking us for a lot of their future events. So make sure to frequent a location where you can grow relationships and clientele. Tip number 3, research. Okay, 90% of our income comes through research. It is only through research do you know what events are happening and who's hosting these events. Our main source for finding such events is Facebook. When I first heard about using Facebook, I thought it was pretty stupid and kind of outdated. However, I was so wrong. So many organizers use Facebook to promote their events, and this can either be festivals or corporate events or public events and even birthday parties. In researching on Facebook or any other kinds of websites, and you find an event that you like, you're able to contact the business or the organization to see if they're willing to hire you as a face painter or for you to charge the public, such as being a vendor. This opens great doors for discussion and potential loyal clientele. With research, you're able to book all kinds of events and make the money. Tip number 4, having a good setup. How you present yourself is how you will be treated. If you hold yourself as a professional face painter, people will see you that way. It is so important to invest in your setup. This means being organized, clean, having simple or fun decorations, a tablecloth, and having a really good idea board. We'll be making a video about how we make our idea board and how it has attracted huge audiences. We all know that being a face painter isn't cheap. Our products are not cheap. So don't make it look that way. Invest in your setup. You want it to make it look good, inviting, professional, expensive, but not too expensive. And fun for the kids. It is also good to make a uniform t-shirt that advertises your business name, your phone number, and possibly your website as well. This way, when you're painting and your back is facing the line, people are able to see exactly who you are. And they take you more seriously because you look professional. tipping you more money. Tip number 5. We're halfway there. Tip number 5 is generic, but it's very important, and that is to practice. People will not hire you or even pay you $10 if your work looks bad. I mean, why? Face painting is competitive here in the States. If you don't practice, another face painter is going to get the job that you wanted. So it's important to get a practice board, a practice head, a friend, a kid's friend, or something, or a family member. It doesn't matter. The point is you need to practice. And the biggest thing to practice are your teardrops and your line work. Once you can master that, you can almost master any single design and make it look easy. You can always be better. You can always learn more. You can always learn about new products. Practice, practice, practice. So important. Tip number 6. This tip is something that some face painters don't like, but I love it. And that is compromising and trading. In your line of work, like it has been in ours, there'll be times that clients will tell you that your prices are too high or that they don't want to pay it for that many hours. Here's what I tell them. If it's a business, for instance, such as a bookstore or a yogurt shop, and I tell them what my base price fee is, and they say, I'm sorry, that's a little out of our budget. If there's no one else that can fill in my slot on the schedule, I will say, well, what's your budget? They'll give me a number, and I'll let them know and said, okay, I'll take that number and the rest, put it in a gift card. This makes the client feel happy and knowing that you're really easygoing. And I can promise you, if they hire you again, they will make sure to hire you for full price. Because by then they've already seen your work, they know who you are, they know how easygoing you are without giving them a hard time. You are building loyalty and a relationship with your clientele that maybe another face painter won't do because they're a stickler and they want to stick to their base price. Now, of course, if there's someone else who wants that exact same time and exact same slot, then it's up to you to make your decision. Now, if it's for a birthday party, our side's a little bit different. If the client tells us, you're a little too expensive for this many hours, blah, 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 blah. What I like to offer them is a 15% discount for being a new client. Now, if there's someone else who fills in that exact same slot, then you don't need to compromise. But of course, during the slow seasons or during certain times of the year, you're gonna have a little bit more empty spots. And in this case, I think it's so important to lose a few dollars to keep that client and possibly keep a loyal client for upcoming birthday parties for all of their kids or recommend them to their friends' kids. And once you attend their party, after giving them a 15% discount, you're able to showcase your work, you're able to talk to their friends, give out business cards, potentially do other birthday parties. And even though you lost maybe $15, $20, $30, you're able to remake it with new clients, showing your work, being kind. And a lot of the times, after the client is ready to pay you, sometimes they tip you back the money that they kind of already owe you. It's because you're easygoing, you're happy, and you're willing to work for them and make their day special. Tip number 7, and this one is pretty important, and that is offering more than just face painting. People, clients, they like to hire artists that can do more than one thing. Events that already have a face painter or don't want a face painter, you're able to offer them a second service just to get your foot in the door. For example, us personally, we offer not only face painting, but henna tattoos, glitter tattoos, and balloon twisting. So it's important to have a range of services to really put yourself out there, to know that you can do more than one thing. You can also make cotton candy or dress up as a princess, whatever that makes you unique from not only being a face painter, but being an artist as a whole. Tip number 8, and that is chasing down clients. That sounds a little aggressive, huh? But it's not. If you don't hear from potential clients, do a follow-up. Ask them if they're still interested in having a face painter. And if they say no, ask why. Is it their budget? Did they already find an artist? It is important to have this information. However, people also have busy lives. They forget. And that's why it's also good to do follow-ups, just to remind the client that, hey, you're having this event, would you still like to hire a face painter or a balloon artist or whatever services that you offer? If you don't chase them down, they will not chase you. For the times that we have done follow-ups, Of course, there have been many rejections. Either there was a face painter for a cheaper price, or not wanting to do the event at all, or not wanting to have a face painter for the event. Also, by doing follow-ups, you're able to remind the client, and there's been so many times where clients were like, yes, I really want to hire you for this, and this day, this many hours. Thank you so much for reminding me. Doing follow-ups makes you look professional and make you good money. Tip number 9. That's giving out business cards or flyers. For events that are slow, or if you hear someone complimenting your work, give them a business card. The first thing, of course, is to make your business card look awesome and fun and kid-friendly, and to describe exactly what you do without forgetting any good details. Nobody will know who you are unless you make an impression, not only with your work, but also by giving out your cards so that people are able to have your contact information to keep you in mind for their any upcoming events. And of course, sometimes people will forget that they even have your card. So it is great for them to like you on social media, so that whenever you post something, it'll be on their feed, so that they never really forget who you are. But by putting yourself out there and showing examples of your work, you're able to put an impression in the potential client's mind. Tip number 10. Last but not least, having faith in yourself. This is the biggest tip to make the most money. It is only with one thought that you want to make kids happy, that you want to express your artwork, that can help people be attracted to you and to hire you for their events. Everyone started from zero, and from zero you can only go up. The most important thing is to keep pushing, keep trying to find those clients, keep trying to find those events to showcase your face painting. And it is only then, when you believe that you're successful, is when you're actually successful. We are going to help you every step of the way. One quick bonus, something that I would love to add into this 10 tips on how to make more money. And also one of my favorite things to do is a lot of times when we're doing events, we love to paint the person that hired us. So a lot of times, for example, for a birthday party, the kids get painted, but what about the parents that hired you? They love being asked, hey, do you want to get painted? Because it makes them feel special, makes them feel remembered, and I guarantee you it is imprinted in their mind and they will hire you again. Because you remembered who they were. They remember that they're the one that's not only paying you, but that recognized your skills. This is also the same for festivals. A lot of the times when we do festivals and the event coordinator comes by, we say, hey, stop by our tent, get painted. Or if you don't want to get painted, if you have a kid, let them come by, it's on us. And it makes them feel special and warm. And a lot of times they tip you, but it's not just that, it's just the fact that you appreciate these people that are allowing you to participate in their events. It's one of my favorite things about face painting. Just making people happy.